So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a logo mockup on a paper texture in Photoshop or Photopea. So I'm doing this in Photopea. I don't exactly know how to pronounce it. Photopea, whatever. But this one is free, so I'm using the free version. You can do it. You can do the same thing on Photoshop. Okay. First, I imported this paper texture. So I downloaded it from Unsplash, which is a free platform to download images. You can use paid version or whatever you like. So once you download the image, you can import it to the Photoshop file. The way you do that is just go to File, and then open the texture. And I hope you know that. I'm just trying to show how to do that. You just go to the texture, and then you just drag with the move tool, and then go to the new file here. So yeah, that's a kind of very basic thing. I hope you know that. Okay, so we have this texture, paper texture here. I'm gonna drag this from its corner, and now I'm gonna rotate it. Okay, rotate it. Okay, and double click. Okay, so I'm just making it look like it's tilted and kind of not straight. So to give a impression of kind of perspective. Okay, so I'm gonna change the background color first. Anyway, I'm gonna add a new layer on top of the background, and I'm gonna go to gradient tool, and from here I'm gonna choose this black and white, and I'm gonna go to this gradient again, and on the gradient editor I'm gonna go to this color, black color, and here is the color. Click here, and I'm gonna choose a darker color here, and here on the white color, and here is the white color. Go here, and I'm gonna choose a lighter color. Click OK, and I'm gonna go to radial, okay, instead of linear, and I'm gonna turn on the reverse option. I'm gonna turn off this layer so that you can see what I'm doing. From the center, you can just drag like this. So here is the thing. The center part is lighter, and the corners are darker. I think you can even make the dark color even darker. So let's do this. Okay. Now that's better. Now if you turn on the layer, you can see it's like this. And I'm gonna go to the paper texture layer, and you can go to magic wand tool, okay, and click outside the paper, and then holding the shift key, click outside paper on this side. Okay, so we have selected the outer part, not the paper. After that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to select and modify and expand. I'm going to expand it by 10 pixel. Okay, and then I'm going to go to image, adjustment, brightness, and I'm going to increase the brightness. Okay, around 50 or 60, doesn't matter. Just click OK and Control D to deselect, and now it looks like the paper has a kind of light or bright corner. Okay, Okay, so after that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type something. Instead of typing, you can import your logo, a PNG logo with transparent background. So I don't have my logo right now, so I'm gonna just type a text. I'm gonna increase the size. Okay, and I'm gonna give this kind of reddish color, reddish or maroon color. Okay, this looks good. Now, if you have logo or text, whatever, what you can do is you're gonna right click and convert to smart object. Okay, now this is not a textured smart object. Okay, so now what you can do is you can just rotate it and um, um, rotate it just a bit so that you can just give this kind of impression of a tilted angle, you know. So after that, you can zoom in, and then a little bit of adjustment can be done by going to edit and transform. And this time I'm gonna choose distort. Let's see what we can do. Just a little bit here and just a little bit here. Okay. Not too much, just a subtle change to make it look like it's not completely on a straight angle, or I don't know how to say it. Yeah, so that's good enough, or maybe a little bit adjustment here. Okay. So the thing is, when you go to when you double click this, it's still a straight thing, and it's not distorted. That's why we convert this to a smart object. Okay, now we have this logo ready. Now what you can do is double click on this layer, logo layer. Now we have to do some adjustments. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and first of all, I'm going to give this bevel and emboss effect. Okay, by default, this is inner bevel, but okay, I'm going to show you what inner bevel looks like. You know, it gives like this effect, right? But we're going to give it outer bevel. Okay, so you see, it's kind of like the logo, right? Logo is coming out of this paper. Okay, a little bit, you know, above the paper. That kind of effect is given by outer bevel. Now we're going to play with the depth. We don't need that much depth, so we're going to decrease it. We're going to decrease the size too, and also the soften. Let's see what works. Soften is around 5.5 is okay. Let's look at the size here. I think that's good enough. Let's go to depth and just make it around 40. I think we need 50, I guess, or even more, 60. Okay. So we're gonna give this contour a different shape, rounded steps. That's what we are looking for, and I think I'm gonna increase the depth a little bit. I don't know, looks good. Doesn't look good to me. Okay, maybe around 110. Okay. Now just 90. Maybe that's okay. Are we gonna come back to it if it doesn't look good by the end of this tutorial? Okay. For now, we're gonna leave it like this, and we're gonna go to inner shadow. By the way, we can uncheck this local. This use global angle. Okay. We're gonna keep this angle around 45. Okay. So we're we uncheck this use global angle because we're going to use different angles on other options, other effects like inner shadow and drop shadow. So if you check this use global angle, all the effects are going to use the same angle. That's why we're going to uncheck this use global angle. Okay, so let's go to inner shadow. When you click on this effect, it just gets checked automatically. Okay, so after that, what we're going to do is this angle 30 is okay, but 45 would be a little accurate one. So we do not change anything with this blend mode and color. We're just gonna change size, I guess. Yeah, the size, and let's see the distance. I don't think we need to change the distance a lot. But just let's try. And then what about the spread? We don't need to spread. Okay. So not too much distance here. Just one or two. Two is okay. And yeah, that's enough, I guess. And we're gonna go to drop shadow. So here's the thing. By default, it's the drop shadow is of course the shadow of any object which is darker, let's say black. But we're gonna change that. By default, it's multiply, so that makes your shadow darker. But we're gonna go to color dodge, and we're gonna change this color here. Click here, and then we're gonna choose white. Okay, so this is what we need, but we're gonna change that angle. I forgot to uncheck the global angle on inner shadow, so I'm gonna uncheck that. Okay, and I'm gonna come back to drop shadow and uncheck global angle too, and I'm gonna change this to let's see here, maybe around 135 is okay. And then we're gonna decrease the distance. Okay. And then we're gonna reduce the opacity a little bit. Okay. And what about the distance? Okay, distance. Just 3 or 4 is fine. And spread 0. Size, we're gonna check if we need any bigger size. No. I think around like 15 is okay. Even better if we put this 10. Okay. Click OK, and now we're gonna come back to this layer 1, the texture, and then I'm gonna press Ctrl and J to duplicate this layer, and we're gonna drag this on top of the layers, and we're gonna press Alt, hold the Alt key and click between these two layers. Sorry, yeah. So this is making a clipping mask. That means this the only logo is affected by the texture. If you turn off this first layer, you know, it's just affecting you can see that it's affecting the text or the logo only. Now, after that, what you can do is the top layer. Choose the top layer and go to the blending mode here. It's normal now, so we're gonna go to hard light. Okay. So this is what we need. And now what we can do is click here and then holding the shift key, click on this texture, and then we can right click, and then what we can do is hold the shift key, select these three layers, and we're gonna go here, a new folder, or you can also go to, I guess, layer and then new, and okay, usually we have different options in Photoshop. We have group, but here it's called folder, and I guess it should be oh, okay, we have this group layers, okay, which is Control G if you want to press if you want to use shortcut key. Group layers we have. So yeah, folder one is the same thing. Okay, folder and group. We have this group here. Now we're gonna go to this logo layer and then press Control and J to copy this, and we're gonna drag to the top of all the layers. Now it's out of the folder. If you click here, the folder is hidden, but this one is here, different layer. You can double click on the layer, and then here what you can do is okay, before that I'm gonna go on this fill and drag this all the way to 0. Okay, so now what we can do is double click on this, and we have to uncheck the bevel and emboss. Okay, we don't need that. Now we're gonna go to inner shadow. This time we're gonna make it the opposite. Okay, we have to change it to white, and then instead of multiply, we're gonna choose color dodge. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna play with this thing here, distance, but before that we're gonna change the angle to 45. Okay, and then maybe we can reduce the opacity to down a little bit and change the distance and the size a little bit. Play with the size, spread. Oh, I guess I'm doing the opposite here. I'm sorry, the angle should be minus 120 or minus 135, whatever. It's not accurate, but minus 135 is okay. So that's what I need here. So play with the distance here. Okay. Spread 0 is okay. Size a little bigger. Okay. And opacity a little down. Okay. Maybe that's fine. Just a moment. I'm gonna plug my charger. Okay. So we have come to this stage here where we are. Okay, I was doing this inner shadow right now. Okay, and after that we're gonna go to drop shadow, and okay, now this time choose multiply, and we're gonna choose black color. Okay, now if you go to distance here, you can see that it's going the opposite way. We're gonna choose 45-degree here. Okay, and increase the size a little bit, maybe. Yeah, and distance. Maybe, yeah, size around here, and distance just around 5. Spread, let's put it 0. Okay, so I'm gonna inner shadow once and maybe change the blending mode. What about multiply? Okay, multiply, maybe it works, but okay, but multiply doesn't seem to work. Let's go to overlay. Okay, we'll just decrease the opacity, or let's see if it needs any inner shadow. I'm gonna decrease the opacity, way down here, and distance kind of 15, and size would be around, I don't know, just around 8 would be fine. And drop shadow here, everything is fine, but we're gonna, I think, decrease the opacity here. Let's see the size here. Okay. Okay, so okay, we're gonna decrease the opacity a little bit, and distance around 10, size around okay, size around 25. Click OK, and let's go back to this layer here, the logo. So I said in the beginning, we may come back, on this bevel and emboss. Now I think we can make some changes here. So the depth, let's see the depth here. Okay, this is around 90 is okay, I guess. And let's see if we can soften this. Soften doesn't matter much. I guess this one, the size is the thing we are looking for. Okay. Depth, okay. Depth around 80 or maybe 60. Okay, size around 25. Okay, that's good. The thing here is drop shadow, I guess. We can adjust the drop shadow here. Okay. Play with opacity, distance around 15, 10, maybe 5, just 5. Okay. And yeah, size would be 5, or maybe let's increase. 10. Yeah, 10 would be okay. We're gonna go to inner shadow here, and we're gonna play with distance around 17, 7. Okay, 4 is okay, I guess, or maybe we don't need a distance at all. Just 2, okay. And then the size would be around 5. No, let's say 20. And okay, and that's what we have here. We can go to this layer here, the layer copy of the texture, and just decrease the opacity a little bit. Okay, and then we're gonna go to this top copy here, and let's go to drop shadow and play with it a little bit. Okay. Okay, maybe 1. And yeah, that's all, I guess. If you need to go to this bevel and emboss, let's check this. Check this one. Yeah. Maybe we need to get rid of this depth a little bit, around 40. Doesn't look good, does it? I think the depth should be more. 60 is better. And soften. Okay, size would be around 20. Okay, maybe 15. Yeah, that's good. I'm still confused about the depth, but yeah, that looks quite good. Okay, maybe a little Yeah, six is enough depth, and what we can now do is just we can go to inner shadow and uh, increase the size a little bit. Not the size, I guess. Spread a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Let's not play with the distance. Okay. Just a little bit of distance. I think this is going to be a long tutorial. I wasn't expecting that, but you know, I need to play with this thing here. Depth, not the depth actually. It's actually the size here that's making me confused. And we're gonna decrease the softening and okay. Depth. Okay, if you do this and this inner shadow here, what happened to this inner shadow here is should be around, it should be 45. I don't know what happened here. Okay, so yeah. Okay, now we are done. Now if you decrease the spread here, maybe around 3, and click OK. Now I guess we are ready. Okay, so this was a long one, but I guess it's worth it, and we have a very, you know, good result here, and it looks like um, it's on paper. You know, it has this texture. If you look at this, and yeah, and this is how you can make a mock-up of your logo on paper texture. You can still go back and then you can try adjusting the, you know, bevel and emboss, inner shadow, drop shadow, all those things um, until you're satisfied. But the way you do is um, what it matters. So yeah, this is the way I do, and I hope you like this video. I'm sorry, it should have been a shorter video. It could have been a shorter video, but you know it's too long. I don't know, but I hope you like this video. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment below, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel.